That he won't age either.
Right, that he won't age, he won't be able to have kids, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But he's talking later, a little bit later on, to Murray. He's not resurrected, but an undead creature created to possess its own heart, mind, and soul.
Yes.
And then,
Or like his soul is possessing his undead body.
right,
Is a wild way to go about achieving
oh, we're
what is,
frozen. Will we catch up to ourselves? The
I don't
world
know.
may never know.
Bo, bo, ba, do, bo.
Phenomena.
Burp, burp, burp. Phenomena. Um, hmm. How long are we frozen for? I don't know. Wild.
There's nothing we can do about it from here.
No, I mean,
Okay, we're okay now.
we're okay now. Okay.
We're not
Good
okay
gods, man.
on our screen, but if you're okay, then...
Well, I'm assuming it is what it is, man. Okay.
Right, so his soul essentially is possessing his own undead body.
Yes.
And...
Which I love the weird way of going about that as it's not resurrection, it's
Right.
the next best thing, which is still pretty messed up for your body and soul to go through.
Right. And then at the end of our time with them in Dol Machiar, Bolair talking to Octus.
Oh, yeah.
Quote, "It is a terrible thing to be singular, but it can eventually be beautiful."
I wrote down the exact same quote.
Yeah, and the fact that Bolair is also something that possesses bodies
Right.
in a different way,
Right. But,
and Octus is possessing himself, essentially,
yeah.
you know. Yeah, I think the through lines of that idea that I'm sure are going to get explored more are going to be interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see how that is further explored. Or at least I'm excited to see what other potential parallels we might be able to draw between them as time goes on.
Yeah.
Because, obviously Belair being created as a thing and eventually gaining the sentience and sapience to possess a body versus Octus
Yes.
being a person who is now undead possessing his own corpse. I'm intrigued to see what other avenues there are
Yeah.
for them in...
Well, we've got a whole family essentially of necromancers and an overflowing realm of death. So I think we're going to be seeing more of this in a way that I'm excited about.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a reasonable, I think, prediction.
Yeah. Also,
The-
did you share this with our friends in the Discord?
I meant to. I may have forgotten. Yeah.
I just there was a note from Krim came through and I was like, I'm pretty sure we didn't pretty sure we didn't share that.
Sorry, guys.
So
Well,
I'm
thank
gonna
you,
do that
Krim,
now.
for happening to message Kara at this moment
Then reminding us.
and reminding us, because I totally thought that I did. I know I meant to. Yes. But while we're on Octus being undead in a weird way for a moment, I do want to quickly call out the hilarious... Well, okay, first of all, before we get to the funny stuff, I do love specifically the weird Murray hearing, like, running or, like, footsteps from the stone, and them agreeing, like, oh yeah, it's kind of like the drums from Jumanji of just... It's just kind of there in a weird way. Like, it's not really present in the physical world, but just
Right.
the running from the stone.
Yes.
What was it? Quote, footsteps of creatures walking to the dark wood past the edge of death to become reincarnated. And describing that as the opposite of immortality.
Well, and to me that sounds very much like the old path.
Yes. That is my assumption.
So Mom and I were also discussing the different versions of a death cycle that may exist depending on different people's religions and like
Right.
views and values of what death is.
Right.
Because you have the elves that even if they die the immortal death, skip death and go to the immortal heavens, so to speak.
Yeah.
You have other people who get stuck in the tenebral reaches because they can't filter through to wherever they're going.
Right.
And then you have
But we're supposed to have like godly realms that they would go to
like
for
eternal heavens
afterlives.
afterwards.
Yeah.
And then you have old path believers who go through a forest and then believe in this cycle of life, which often cycle of life mythologies believe in reincarnation.
Yeah.
And we see Octus on a path, and Taisha's the one that calls him off of it, though I think he would have been pulled off by his family regardless.
And
so
whatever
I don't think
weird stuff they're doing with his heart.
Right, so he would have been, I think,
tried.
denied the old path regardless of
Yes.
whether or not Taisha had called out to him. It's just this way they had a chance of bringing him back.
And I do think this makes sense as an explanation for a little bit more of what the old path is, at least as far as post-death. Mm-hmm. A little bit more of what their intentionality and belief system is in that regard.
Yeah.
And it would make sense, again, given that Brennan in the first episode described the old path in such a way as to imply that the old path is the old path because it's the path before the gods made
right.
their
the tenebral
afterlives.
reaches or the heavenly afterlives or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
That they just made, oh, here's a place you can go instead for your soul instead of reincarnation.
I mean,
or
it's
instead of the old
totally,
path.
to me, it's totally giving me, like, Celtic paganism / a dash of Hinduism
Yeah.
v Greek versions of Hades. And then also / Christianity.
Yeah.
And, like, the idea of purgatory versus heaven.
Well, I mean, where did the Christians get the idea of purgatory from, really?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes. So, yes. Yeah. Yeah, very interesting, though.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved that and the weird little, okay, your life force is now weirdly tied to the Stone of Night Song in a way that still nobody really understands or knows how to
I'm pretty sure I
deal
shouldn't touch
with.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, I think that's probably a good idea.
If he touches it, does he die again? Does he become
Does his soul get
re-dead?
sucked into it
Ooh.
and, like, transferred to wherever potentially? Like, could the stone still be connected to the elven immortal heaven? Because
Right.
it already skipped, like, over the tenebral reaches? So does it not need the tether the way the other heavens do?
Right. Or
Is
if
the stone the tether itself?
Which that's kind of my assumption that the stone itself might be that tether between those realms. But in the way that it got used here,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Oh, which that's the other thing I loved how Brendan described it as, yeah, nobody could, with like 100 years of planning, redo what you guys did.
Yes.
Because they came in at the last second to, interrupt some great machine of a family of sorcerers' plans.
Yeah.
And just hijacked it, went, uh-oh, whoop!
With this exact group of people. And here's the thing. Somebody like me who does have a certain belief in the idea of, like, fate and universal design, even though I don't believe in, like, gods or God or anything like that.
Yeah.
I have long spent a lot of time reconciling this idea of, like, math and science and statistics and magic
Yes.
and fate and preordained paths versus free will, and, like, we're not even going to get into what I've kind of landed on for this point of my life, because that's an incredibly long conversation. But this totally plays to that discussion that I have in my own, brain about my own spirituality and my own faith,
Yeah.
In a way that I so adore.
Yeah. No, that's super fair. Oh, yeah.
We have a comment from my mother.
Oh,
That
yes.
is actually plot relevant.
Hey!
What do the Taconis want with Octus's heart, and why replace it with the stone?
Yeah, my assumption with Octus's heart is that they needed that as some sort of anchor to use to pull him where they hoped to in death.
Yeah.
But I have still no clue really what the hell they needed the Stone of Night Song in his heart's place to
do.
achieve.
Right. I'm wondering if they put his heart in some kind of controllable body, and that maybe they weren't necessarily going to bring his soul back from the undead realm, but use his soul in the undead realm to like control dead spirits, and then simultaneously have this new body that has his heart in it be like a general to the undead forces that are on this side of the veil.
Okay.
I have no idea if that's it,
I could see something like
but
that.
that's kind of where my brain has gone with it.
Okay, so that's got me thinking now that maybe part of the reason that they might have needed the Stone of Night song in his body was for whatever cause they had to pull his soul through the Tenebral reaches for. Maybe it's like the essence of the Stone of Night song in the realm of death could only reach where they needed it to go by pulling it through a vessel. And they were just using his body as a vessel, or his soul even as a vessel, through which to retrieve the Stone of Night song in the realm of death.
That that's maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I'm following, yeah.
Yeah. That maybe in other like spiritual realms, the Stone of Night song is properly in whatever elven afterlife, unless it's in some other vessel.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Now, that might be completely off base.
We don't know. And maybe we'll never find out, though I suspect we will at least get more clues along the way. But
and Brennan has a tendency to figure out a way to make all of that really go full circle, especially with things that are that kind of plot relevant.
Cool.
Where it's, right now, the Stone of Night song is just this weird MacGuffin that Velas came in looking for that is this connecting thread between these characters.
Yeah.
But I'm fully expecting that will continue to be important in some as yet unforeseen way.
For sure. Yeah.
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 Because honestly, there are far more innocuous things that I'm expecting to also come full circle in ways that I cannot yet predict. Just because of the kind of puzzle master, almost, that Brennan can be with weird plot details.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's how my brain works. Mom and I, of course, have also been talking at length now about Brennan.
Yeah.
As a game master and as a storyteller and as a moving all the characters around, chess master and whatever.
Yeah.
And how our brains very much align with how he is doing the storytelling and the patterns and the little hints of things that he's leaving for us to pick up on and all that kind of stuff.
Because there's always weird little things like that he's done in both every Dimension 20 campaign that he has run, and in Worlds Beyond Number, even just within the first 2 arcs, because I've only so far listened to the first 2.5 story arcs of Worlds Beyond Number. I gotta get back to the third arc.
I've listened to the first episode of the first arc.
Phenomenal. Yeah, there's stuff that comes back in fun ways.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you to eventually listen to the rest of those.
Yeah.
Or at least catch up to me, because I don't know when I'm getting back to those with the time that I have in my life.
What's that?
Free time is...
Free time? I still,
I haven't caught that Pokemon yet.
I haven't watched... Yeah, right. I don't think I've gone back to Campaign 1 to continue my watch of Campaign 1 in months.
At this point, because we've been preparing for this for a while. But I am excited to eventually hear more updates on that front from you. Because I do want to hear some of your thoughts on...
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
I think I'm on episode...
We're also approaching the holiday season, and...
I'm in the mid-50s.
Okay.
For Campaign 1.
Okay.
I think.
That's pretty good progress from whenever I think it was you started again. Mayish? Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
No. Anywho.
We have another comment from Mother.
Yes, hello.
There's an ongoing tether between his heart and the stone. So if the heart is retrieved and put back in him, can he be truly alive again?
Maybe.
We have no idea.
Maybe.
It's a good question, though.
Because
Write it in your notes if you haven't already.
because he did talk about how resurrection is kind of a thing of myth in Ahriman,
Right.
that or true resurrection.
True resurrection.
So-
yeah.
If something like that were to occur,
Josh keeps hitting his mic stand.
I'm trying. I'm so sorry. I think it truly is just the way the chair is, and like
Yeah.
it just keeps bumping itself, which is why I need to get the gooseneck mic stand. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. I'm so sorry, everyone. Headphone listeners, rest in peace. My apologies, truly. But the other thing with Octus's death that I enjoyed, that little moment of, oh no, I died a virgin. Oh no, oh.
That moment, everybody cracked up. Everybody
Yes.
was dying. Mom and I were dying. I was like, I love that when you're in a group of your closest friends, like dick jokes never get old.
No, of course not. It's always a classic. It's
Liam
always
was
good.
dying because then Liam was like, "Oh, I have
But
it
now
all here.
always hard.
Oh man, I died a virgin, but now always hard." Yep, I had it up there.
Here's the funny thing. Do you know what I did
You
immediately
still
after
have
that?
a thesis due. Was the
Yeah.
other one from Murray?
And I was just no, I fucking don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I think that's the appropriate response.
Yeah,
No, I don't. I just died. What are you? I'm not gonna
I
write
was
a
already
14
gone for
page.
6 months.
Right. No.
Yeah.
But immediately after that little interaction of I died a virgin, but now always hard.
Yeah.
I did a teeny tiny bit of brief researching because, it's kind of urban
I
legend.
have a feeling I know where this is going. Yeah.
Yeah, you know exactly where this is going.
Great.
It's kind of urban legend, or at least like pop culture occasionally discusses the idea of like post-mortem erections and even post-mortem ejaculations. However, I think post-mortem emissions are actually more of a myth.
Okay.
But post-mortem erections are a thing of reality. It's just that it's not like a corpse can get it up.
Gain one.
No, a corpse
Right.
can't get it up after the fact. It is commonly seen in hangings and like fatal head injuries and even some violent poisonings. Yes, where it's just that's where the blood flow went because the body was freaking out in a moment of swift and violent death.
Good.
Yeah. But I had to...
Would trauma to the middle section be enough to do that?
if it appropriately affects the spinal cord, it seems to be. From, again, the, 5 to 10 minutes of research that I did on this very unnecessary to research thing. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like you and I both have the search engines. You know the jokes on Pinterest and Tumblr and stuff of like I'm a writer, but my search engine looks like I'm a serial killer. I think we both probably fit that definition.
Yeah. No. My search history is strange, to say the least.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've got all of the Octus and Death stuff, which is interesting.
Yes.
I loved the Azune Julian moment.
Yes!
So the question I had from it was, is there some truths about how Julian and Thiazi ended the Falconers Rebellion that we don't know?
Right.
Because we only know Julian's side of it, and even then, just a very vague...
We know the official story.
Right.
We haven't heard Julian actually say what he thinks or give his
Right.
version of official events.
Yep.
Just that the official story is that Julian
Got
brought
off his horse.
Thaz to
and-
justice after unhorsing him.
Yep.
And that's kind of the vague-ish it right now.
Yeah.
But because Azune said, whatever story
I
you
have it.
wish to tell.
I have
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Yep. My offer, when the past comes to find you, you have my word that I will speak the story you choose to tell.
Yes. So,
So,
what
what's the
story
truth?
is yet untold?
What story are you going to tell us, and what's the actual truth?
What has been left out of the official account? Was there
Why
some...
is Raymond so upset that Julian did what he did?
Right. Right.
Because now we know that Raymond told him not to do it, and he defied orders and did it anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, what was House Royce and Raymond working on to maybe potentially end it or give more aid to the Falconers, or what? And then, because Julian went and did this in a fit of what seems like, you know, somewhat narcissistic, I want the glory for the family,
Right.
seemingly... I say that with a lot of, like, quotation marks and stuff because
Right.
we don't know yet.
At least supposedly. Though he
Right.
seems to have more of a mindset of, I did what I had to do to ensure that our family stayed, like, in a position of power and safety.
Right.
Is kind of the vibe I get from him on that. But I'm still not clear on why that is, like, why he felt he needed to do this in opposition to the family's, or at least his father's, orders.
What I've been thinking, and again, this is all conjecture at this point, is the Royce family have always been the moderates.
Mm-hmm.
And that perhaps they were working behind the scenes to get a deal between the houses and the Falconers, the rebellion, right?
Sure.
And Raymond knew about this and was essentially trying to keep the rebellion going in the least violent and blood-shedding way possible, so that moderation behind the scenes could finish, and that maybe even Thiazi was in on that, and
maybe that's part of...
But the houses, I think, would have then maybe potentially, if Raymond never told Julian... well, yes, obviously he's in love with Lady Aranessa, Mom. We all know that, but...
I don't even know if it's that kind of relationship with it for him. I think it's more of... I don't know.
I don't know, man. Spitting on his body is a really personal thing to do, and he's so upset with him for hurting her.
Yeah, but
I think the potentiality is there.
Definitely potentiality.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily thinking that's a romantic connection on his part, even.
Yeah.
So much as a...
But, I mean, you think about what their backstory is. He very well could have been raised expecting...
That's
as
true.
The head of one of the the heir to one of the highest vassal house of House Royce.
That's true.
To marry the heiress of House Royce. And then she goes and marries a fucking commoner who's a war hero who then 3 years later betrays the family by starting a rebellion. But to get back just very briefly to finish what I was saying, I wonder if one of the other houses or his own thought process during the rebellion was, my family is essentially going against the direct wishes of the more powerful families, the more powerful houses. My father is going to ruin our family's position, potentially also the Royces through his actions. Again, if Julian didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, I need to get this rebellion ended. And if I do it, then it cements my family in a place of glory among the other houses. And it keeps us safe.
My initial thought along those lines is, even if he did actually know what his father was up to and what the plan was supposed to be, if he became aware of some other deeper plot by one of the other houses that would have resulted in some dramatic harm to his family and house.
Yeah.
And result in an escalation of the war in a direction that was counter to what they were working towards, I could see him making a rash judgment call, even.
Yeah.
Or just we got to move now. We got to move now. I know it's not what I'm supposed to do, but we got to move now to prevent something worse from happening. And who knows what that maybe worst thing was, but especially if it was something that one of the other houses was moving in on, and he didn't even have full context, and if specifically it was somebody who was betraying his family who he knows his father would trust to
Sure.
such a degree that he couldn't ever really explain himself properly.
Yeah.
Because it really seems like they just never actually talked about why
They were
he
never
did
on the
that.
same page.
No.
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 And now they never will.
In the arms of an angel.
Yeah.
Rip.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my brain has gone with what we don't know
Yes.
so far.
But I do also find it interesting
And that
that
Azune was right next to Thiazi when it all went down.
yes, that little tidbit of okay, he was there.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so he knows whatever it is that
Yep.
only the people who were right there would know.
Yeah.
Which, again, I have to think there must have been some conversation or something more than
Listen.
just combat, something more than just raw
This would have
combat.
been like 13 or 14 years ago. Julian would have been in his late teens.
Yeah.
Do we really think, even with the vassal knight training he would have grown up with, he could have taken Thiazi while Thiazi was also surrounded by the likes of Azune and probably a few others? Without there being some compelling force on Thiazi's end to acquiesce to some extent?
I gotta say, I can't believe I'm about to make a sports reference
Oh
here.
my god. Am I even going to understand
This
it?
isn't even my sports reference, to be clear. This is an old sports reference from
We have friends in the Bop House who have come to say hi.
Good morning!
Andy Dandy and I. Being happy thoughts. Hello.
Good morning. I can't believe I'm about to make a sports reference, but it's, in my mind, that is, like, in what is it, like March Madness? They have, like, a first seed, second seed, like, eighth seed, like, different things, where they have, I guess, rankings of where
I'll take your word for
they
it.
expect the teams to place and things like that.
Uh-huh.
I just remember my middle school history teacher, who I now sing with. In middle school, I remember him saying, "Well, why do we bother playing? Why do they bother even playing the matches against like a first seed against an eighth seed? Why do they bother if we think we know what the outcome will be? Because you never know what's actually going to happen in the moment, in
Right.
that like game or battle."
Yeah.
And so that's part of what has me hesitating, as far as it is entirely possible that Julian in that moment was the better combatant.
Sure.
And also in Star Wars, it is, and I know,
I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt right now, so I can't even really be.
no, you can, I'm far more of a Star Wars person than Kara is.
This is true.
But in Star Wars, it is often, I think, held true in certain corners of the fandom, and certain other corners of the fandom struggle to comprehend. I think that who will win any given fight is always, again, in Star Wars, is always more determined by what the narrative requires.
Sure.
And it's more of what the Force needs to occur will.
Yeah.
Why can Ahsoka Tano at 17 defeat Darth Maul in his prime? Because that is the more appropriate narrative outcome for where they each are in their journeys at this moment, rather than, well, but the power scaling of this character versus that character, which I think, I mean, we can get into a whole power scaling conversation regarding like anime characters and why, like,
Let's not.
it's, I agree, let's not. But I think that concept, at least, I think has some merit here.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could see it.
In terms of,
And we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. But all that to say, I do not dispute that I think there was definitely more mitigating factors affecting one or both sides in that conflict regarding what the outcome eventually was. And honestly, they might not even have actually fought.
Yeah, I can
In
see
that final moment, it might have been a final, okay, take me in.
Mm-hmm.
If this is what's going to result in the best outcome for the people that we each care about,
Right.
okay, it might have been a mutual
And I mean, it's a
agreement.
pretty big thing that the rebels all got clemency.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big what the F in my brain about this.
Right. Because in most...
It's not normally what we see happening in these kinds of situations.
Usually they get hanged immediately.
Right.
Or just
Or
summary...
thrown in jail.
Right. Or summary
exiled.
execution. Or...
Yeah.
Right. Like, there's... It's rare to see clemency, and you're now allowed to be free operatives.
As long as you don't hang out with each other too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Which even that is like, yeah, okay, that's a reasonable caveat. But no,
Yes.
suffice to say, yes, I loved the conversation between Azune and Julian.
Yeah.
And just Julian not...
Also purposefully Matt making the choice to misunderstand where
Yes.
Luis / Azune was coming from in
Yes.
that. And I was like, he's such a dick, but it's so in line with his character that I can't be mad about the choice.
Yes.
Even if I'm like, want to strangle him for it.
But that is exactly the kind of thing that I think is making me buy into Julian more.
Yeah.
Beyond just, oh, I love Matt Mercer, and I'm so excited to see who this character is and what's going on with him. No, also, the character of Julian is more compelling.
Yes.
With additional mystery surrounding why he did what he did, and actually, what did he do?
Yeah. What did he do?
What did he do? I don't know. Hey, boo-boo. What's in the picnic basket?
So, let's see. Then we had...
Was I knitting or purling this row? Oh, gods.
I wish you so much...
Knitting. Knitting. I switched because this... It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh, gods.
You're good.
I got distracted like 7 minutes ago from this row.
Let's see. So we have the Murray doesn't believe in coincidences, but she does.
Yeah.
We have two different celestials belonging to two different gods with two different death relics.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Be like, oh yeah, could just be a coincidence, but also...
It's probably not, especially since Theazi is the thing that's connecting all of them.
Yeah, there is a connective thread, even if we can't see what it is yet.
Right. Let's see. I have the notes also of where are the dead bodies?
Yeah, where did the bodies
They're going to become zombie
from
soldiers.
Palazzo Divinos?
Zombie soldiers.
Yeah.
For House Taconis.
I
But
assume they were, like, summoned, basically, like, bodily into the Tenebral Reaches.
I think they have to. I mean, there wasn't blood. There wasn't like shattered glass. The whole place was clean when the ones from the museum got there.
Or, if instead of summoning the corpses into the Tenebral Reaches, if instead the part of the purpose of that melted black wax candle was... Because they described it as thinning the veil even more in that location.
Right.
I wonder if part of that was temporarily actually moving Palazzo Divinos into the realm of death slightly, or like just enough that anyone who died, because they died while between realms, if their corpses just stayed there, and when the rest of the location shifted back, when the spell or ritual ended, if they effectively stayed there and they didn't have to be like moved.
Sure.
It's just that the rest of the location shifted back. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also the fact that there were still a whole bunch of Taconises in the building when they got out.
Yes.
And if any amount of them have enough power to shadow walk, would it really have been so hard for them to just take the bodies?
No, but the cleaning up of the blood is what really gets me, I think.
But could a big spell just have done that?
I guess so.
This is the problem when you have magic. It makes you go,
But it feels like the kind of thing that even upcasting prestidigitation, which at least in 5th edition, and I could be wrong about 5.5 or the 5e 2024. There isn't really a way mechanically to upcast cantrips. I mean, people do it because rule of cool.
Right.
So, and Brennan could just be doing that with prestidigitation cast at a high enough level to just wipe the slate.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that it's a side effect of something larger or something broader having to do with the thinning of the veil in that. in that little moment in that location.
Okay.
Again,
could see it.
I could be wrong. No. I just feel like trying to expending the time and effort to also clean up the blood while you're removing corpses, that's a lot of time, man. I know you've got the full family there, or at least like several members of the family there to act as cleanup crew, but you have to know where all the blood spilled, at least like vaguely, and really if you miss a spot, that's going to be weird. It's just easier and safer to chalk it up to some big thing that just whole cloth. Nah, we were never here.
All right, let's see. What else do I have here?
Because that's right, I forgot about the body's going missing.
Yeah.
But that is, granted...
And that the body's going missing is part of how they're going to know that they got at least Octus's body out.
Yes. Even if they don't know...
Because they won't have his body now.
Right. Well, and because they won't be able to find his soul in death.
Right.
Because, yeah, he clearly didn't go where they intended him to go.
And Lady Ernesta's body's not going to be there. Julian's body's not going to be... Like, they're going to know who escaped that fight.
Yes. Which also the fact that Lady Ernesta barely managed to not get thrown off the balcony by those 5 ghouls.
I know. I find it... I like the fact that she's kind of right now the main character that Brennan is playing through.
Yes.
And that he is kind of playing
as
well as being GM.
A little DMPC by virtue of, well, she didn't die.
Yep.
Sure, she's got to go somewhere, and her entire house just got slaughtered.
Right.
Barring any distant cousin who's off somewhere, but who knows what the hell's happening to them. So. Oh God.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So then we kind of got the houses taking over different aspects of the city.
Yes.
So
which we got into a little bit last week regarding just what scares me about each of them.
Yeah.
But I hadn't clocked House Cormorant moving on the Arcanod, really, or I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah, that she
in the
came
chaos.
that she came for a visit.
For a little private tour after hours.
Yes. So we've got, let's see, Einfazen, the Revolutionary Guard, Cormoroy, the Arcanod, Halaver, Creed, so essentially making a religion becoming the religious heads, Taconis, the Penteveral, and then I'm kind of under the assumption that the Royces still, whatever's left of them, Aranessa and whoever was at the Golden Orchard, are the Barrow Guard.
Yes, that
is kind of the institution that they have their fingers in.
Yes. But I don't know. I don't know enough about the Barrow Guard to, I think, make much of a prediction as to whether or not the Barrow Guard will continue to exist, or if that was, or if without this explicit support of House Royce, if they will end up being absorbed by somebody else, like the Taconis.
Sure. Or the Einfazen, since they're taking over the Revolutionary Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Barrow Guard seemingly having some influence into protecting against undeath.
Yeah.
At least that's my assumption based on the name and the relation to House Royce. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of percolating on that right now.
Talking about House Royce too. My current head time maladaptive daydreaming, paracosm building, Sherlock Holmesian mind palacing that's happening.
Yep, a lot of I follow.
The rest of you don't. That's okay. My self-insert character, for better or worse.
Yep, in your little mental daydreams of everyday everything. Yes.
Yes. Because it's connected to House Royce. Obviously, Thiazi and Aranessa had a kid before they got married.
Oh, of course.
Who is Octus's age and his friend, growing up, visiting each other at the Golden Orchard and then the House in Death, and then ending up at the Penteveral together. But that before this child that is unclaimed by the House Royce you might assume, she grew up in the Golden Orchard or whatever. No. Aranessa went to Fairy and had her in Fairy.
Of course. So
and left her there to be raised by, like, Thimble's family or whatever. And then Thjazi found out about it during Falconer's Rebellion and was like, no. And before the doors closed, went and got her out. And so now she's a changeling. Because you cannot have a fairy realm
Without there also being
and
some
not
changelings.
having changelings.
No, and I'm assuming we will see some changeling at some point.
Yeah.
Even if not for a long time, because but
And like what being born in fairy might do to whatever blood related magic.
right
you
for a
have.
mortal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as far as Maladaptive Daydream self-insert characters go, love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
I'm liking it so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're kind of getting close to the end of the Dolmakyar session, part of the
Yes.
session. So we talked about the quote from Bolair to Octus, which we loved, and Octus leaving the signet ring with Bolair so that they might be able to
That's
find a
right.
connection with each other. Because right now none of these groups can communicate with each other.
No, which is the other thing that when Brennan mentioned in the first episode, I don't remember if it was mentioning during the cooldown of the first episode.
I think so because I don't think I know anything about.
At least about teleportation.
Yeah, no, I don't know
Okay.
anything about teleportation.
Brennan, I think it was a cooldown for the first episode. Brennan mentioned that the part of the shenanigans and chicanery of the death of the gods and that the reverberations of that throughout magic, part of that is that teleportation magic beyond something like Misty Step, which is a very low level teleportation.
Yeah.
That can only go, I think, 30 feet.
Or like stepping through trees or whatever.
Yeah, like something very short range. Anything longer than that is extremely dangerous.
Okay.
Like even Dimension Door, which is a 4th level spell, that would be insanely, wildly dangerous.
Because all the veils have been screwed with.
Right.
With all the realms and all the magics and.
Right, because
Yeah.
even Dimension Door is technically passing through some alternate plane of being to reach another destination. So, explaining teleportation magic in that way, partly for logistical purposes, has
Yes.
me thinking that similarly, communication magic is likely also kind of fakakta.
Well, and it's relatively. We know at least message cantrip is very local. You have to be
Yes.
within 50 or 60 feet of each other or something like that.
I think message is like 200 feet, but
Oh,
you
is
have
it?
to know the direction.
Oh, okay.
At least as far as the 5e rules, from what I remember, it
Yeah,
might
we're
be.
really going to have to go over
I know.
the new rules.
With all my free time,
Because I know with all of our free time, because I have some questions written down that are purely mechanical
Yeah.
about how some of the magics work this time and how some of the roles work and stuff that I'm just like, I don't even know if this is my lack of knowledge about D&D in general or if this is I did know the answer to this but now it's changed.
right? And I did look into one or two things that I want to get into later about that
Yes.
regarding Wick.
Oh.
But we'll get into that later. For this moment, yeah, because teleportation magic is screwed up and kind of a no-go, I'm assuming that likewise communication magic is just a non-starter on long-range scale.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, partly for logistical reasons,
Yeah.
for having the 3 tables separated and not able to communicate with each other. I'm kind of really hoping
You
that
can
they will
be
write
more
physical
creative.
letters.
Yeah, and send them via birds.
Yes, and send them via
Yes.
birds, so that between tables, I'm hoping to actually see written letters received between characters.
That would be fun.
Just because
that
it's,
would be fun.
and it's a gimmick I haven't seen done much in Critical Role in the last 2 campaigns. Not that there haven't been like written documents and letters that have showed up here and there.
Sure.
But there's at least, and maybe I'm overinflating in my mind how often or like how impactful a couple of these moments were in Campaign 1, but I remember there being Campaign 1 character interactions that occurred via letter, specifically with some guest characters.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
The one that comes to mind specifically is Patrick Rothfuss, the fantasy author. Actually, he was a guest character a couple of times briefly in Campaign 1 and wrote a letter to Marisha's character.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with like a gift enclosed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Well, and I also think one of the most important lessons I learned from going to art school is that you and this is I think theater people, film people, all kinds of, people who are in the creative fields will understand this and probably agree with it to a certain extent, is you can be far more creative when you're working within constraints.
Yes.
And if they are not allowed to talk to each other, except over long form, long time, communication,
Yeah, literally sending a bird.
they have to work within different constraints.
Yep.
And I think it's going to provide some much more creative storytelling, creative choices, hard decisions, because they're not able to, brainstorm with each other or go, hey, is this going to totally screw with you guys if we do this thing?
Right. And even calling out at the soldiers' table this episode, I'm sure, Octus is in danger. Not, oh no, he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, and undead. But just he might be in danger.
Right. If his family's hunting him, he might be in trouble.
Yep. Oh, more than you know. More than you know, girly pop.
How bad is she going to feel when she finds out he died?
Probably pretty bad.
Yeah. The girl is dealing with so much grief right now. We don't need to add to it, but...
No, at least not yet.
At least not yet.
Let it fester a bit first.
Yeah. So then the other kind of final quotes that I had written down for the end of this, in Dol Makyar. Brennan as Aranessa, stating, "Greed destroys the world, but greed also destroys itself."
I also wrote that quote down.
I was like, I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
I needed to hear that today. I need to hear it every day. I might just record it and make it a ringtone, because I'm just in today's day and age. And, whatever episode it was in the overture where he's like, you can't prove this is allegory.
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
Sure.
And I love it. And I love that.
Political allegory in a Brennan Lee Mulligan campaign.
That is entirely accurate to what's going on in our world right now. What?
I mean, granted, political allegory in Dungeons and Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
No.
No.
No, of course.
So there's that one.
Yes. Oh, and because we haven't really talked about it, Hal and Taisha having a lovely, just tender, raw moment of, I thought we were going to have maybe any more time to spend together.
Yeah.
But just ending that with, I'll take care of the girls. I'll go find our boy.
Yeah. It was so sweet.
All right. Well.
It was so good.
Whew, I needed a good cry,
Yeah,
apparently.
no, I know. That totally made Mom and I both. Yeah.
Yep. Again.
And then Octus is like, I don't want to make this decision whether or not you come, because you have a family here and a
Right.
man who loves you. And the whole time, you watch Liam, who's performing in character, even though he's not saying anything. And it's so clear on the lines of his face that Hal resigned himself to Taisha leaving before this even became a part of the conversation.
Right.
Like, the minute she left to go find Octus at the end of episode 3,
Yeah.
I think Hal knew they weren't going to be here much longer.
Yeah, or at least there was a sense of foreboding and an overwhelming sense of, I know it's probably coming, even if I don't know how. And it is.
And I think, I don't know, the way they played it, I almost got the feeling that Hal never expected her to stay. She was the one that wanted to stay and had a hope of staying, but Hal would never expect that of her, because she has been out doing her calling for so long.
Yeah.
And when she does come, it's clear that it's only for a few short days or a week at a time. It's not like she comes and stays for months on end.
Sure.
At least that's the vibe we're given.
And even if it is a few months, it doesn't seem like it's more than maybe a few months.
Right. There's always the knowledge that she's going to leave again,
Yeah.
which is very soldier's partner,
Yeah. Which I just enjoy seeing them play that dynamic.
Yeah.
And that relationship of, there is still that very much loving, tender care, but it's...
always tinged with a little bit of sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good.
Joy.
Then, of course, we had Octus saying, "Thanks for coming to my funeral, everyone." It was a great one.
Again, god damn it. Great.
Liam at one point said, "Resurrection is gone, but student loans are forever."
Yep. It's hell, when I was getting my degree specifically for teaching at first,
Yeah.
and now I'm not teaching, I'm a chemist, but when I was getting my degree specifically, I remember making the joke often of, oh yeah, I plan to eventually, graduate college, go start teaching, die, pay off my debts in that order.
Yeah.
Like, same vibes.
Same vibes. And then my final thing was, we still, despite him being directly asked, don't really know why Belair let Valus in.
No.
Oh, I thought she'd deal with Thiazi for me.
Right, or like maybe stir up enough trouble with him that somehow I could wriggle out of my contract with him.
So
How? In what?
Where did I think
Because I know she was going, like, she'd be going after him because he stole the Stone of Night song
Right.
from her. So, of course, she would be going after him like a missile. But
Yeah.
how exactly would that result in Belair getting out of his contract with Thiazi?
Right. So one of the things that I have in my
And how did he
my
know
notes-
specifically that Valus was coming and when to unlock which? Like, how did they get in contact?
Right. So one of the things that I have written down as a question is,
Yeah.
does she know him as the weapon?
Because
from
they
the
didn't
Shaper's
have a
War?
conversation last episode about what he is.
Right.
So does she already know? Yeah.
Because she's an 800-year-old elf that was there when her goddess died during the Shaper's War. He was in use as a weapon against the halfling goddess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who's to say Valus and the elves weren't helping the halflings or vice versa or, whatever?
Right, because there would have to be some level of communication between the various peoples of Ahriman.
Yeah.
Because, yes, the orcs made the blades, and everyone else seems to have had their own method of defeating their gods.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone had to have known, okay, the orcs are doing this somehow, which means it's possible either various groups got inside information into how other people were doing it and figured out a similar method, or each figured out their own method. But
Yeah.
in some way, there had to be some kind of communication and information dissemination that allowed people to figure out
Yeah.
elements of that beyond just, well, they figured out something, so it must be possible.
Well, and we also don't know who Belair has worn
Yes.
over the years.
Yes. And who wore Belair before Belair was
became
conscious
really
enough
conscious, right?
to wear someone
himself. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Valus at least has an inkling
Yes.
of who and what Belair really is. Even if she doesn't know, if she just has some idea that he looks familiar in a conceptual, historical way.
Yes.
Okay.
So then the last two things that I kind of have in my rewatch notes to go
Jinkies.
about this section there's three things. And one of them follows on this. Is there
Okay.
a halfling and elf connection given that there's like the Rowan and Salandri connection through the coffin?
Right.
There is a connection
Right.
between those goddesses.
Because the
With the
coffin
coffin
was
plates.
made from the petrified wood of the
Yeah.
forest where Salandri was killed. That's right.
And the coffin was put together after the plates and the wood and
Right,
it's
with
it's a new
plates-
construction with ancient materials.
Right, with plates from the construction of the halfling
Olabad.
Olabad, right? The halfling celestial
Yeah.
Olabad. Yeah.
And that they would have been like books in a temple in the halfling world.
Yeah. Ooh.
So there's something going on there, which adds to my whole Valus and Belair thing. Because Belair might look like the size of a human now, but he was crafted to be worn by a halfling, which is like a hobbit.
Right. Which, granted, not necessarily the most dramatic difference in head size, probably, but still enough.
Enough.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Do.
And I'm curious if that connection between those gods
Yes.
is, or at least whoever created that coffin, if whatever connection was already kind of in place or implied beforehand, that resulted in crafting that coffin being a goal because of that connection, or if crafting that coffin was some like recent thing specifically for the sake of connecting forces tied to the death of each of those gods.
Well, and that they found it in the Lands of Eternal Night, which is run by the Taconuses.
Yes. Shit. Which...
Because Venatus is in the Land of Eternal Night.
Yeah.
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 So there's that question to kind of have on our minds. One of the other things that I had, Julian's shadow curse.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a key to let the Taconuses into the Palazzo? Potentially. And if not, what the fuck is it? Which is just an ongoing question that I don't think we have any answers to right now.
No.
Because who put it on him?
It seems to me more like...
Oh, we have a thing from Mom.
Huh?
We have a thing from Mom, but keep going.
Okay. Because my initial thought regarding the curse on Julian was that it had something to do with how he treated Thiazi's corpse in Thiazi's home. Because the first indication we had of the curse was him walking under the cold iron nail in the door frame or entryway.
And he would have been protected by fairy magic.
Right. And the cold iron nail is specifically a like fairy magic related piece of... And
now we know there are fairies of the dead, too.
Right. Which shouldn't be a thing.
Which is a whole thing that I cannot wait to get into.
Yeah.
I have also in my head times created a mythology backstory to how that happened.
Right. How you think that likely occurred. Yeah.
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 During the Shapers' War. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's...
That...
I feel like it's probably a newer thing.
The Royces, I think, are descended from Fae. I don't...
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
So,
in the slightest.
So in my head time, the last full Fae Royce matriarch fell in love with the heir to the Taconis line.
Ooh.
And he...
Ooh, nasty.
Nasty. And he ended up going and living in Fae after the gods died. And that coalition of magic brought about fairies of the dead.
Ooh, that would be an interesting way of going about it.
Yes.
Feel
free to steal my ideas, Critical Role, if you ever... I don't even need you to credit me for it.
I'm assuming that or at least my thought on that is, I would think that the Fairies of the Dead is a newer thing since the Falconers' Rebellion. And like since the doors closed.
Yeah. Well, but are fairies immortal in the way elves are immortal? Because if they are immortal in the way elves are immortal, they can be killed by injury and accident.
Yes, and as we learn in this episode with, Hawthorne's Glade?
Yeah.
Yes, Hawthorne's Glade. I didn't even have to reference my notes for that.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. There are various safe holds, basically, for fairies that have popped up throughout the mortal realm because they're locked out from Fae.
Yeah.
So it would not surprise me if, people who have fairies who have died of old age for the first time or who have died violently in the mortal realm since the doors closed end up as fairies of death.
Mm-hmm. But then, very interesting that Aranessa knows enough about them to know that and then control them with magic.
Yeah. Or I wonder if that wasn't even her intention so much to summon specifically fairies of death, as so much that fairies who have died in this realm and end up in death unexpectedly because the fairies are closed.
On actual fairy.
Right.
Interesting. So whatever
that is like the next
cause,
best thing, especially because the veil was thin.
Yeah, whatever the cause, I'm loving the Fairies of the Dead.
Yeah.
I love that trope, and I want to continue looking into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what did your mother?
She's just talking about the celestial relics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which we kind of already touched on. And then, let's see, what was the other thing? Oh, there were two things with Octus. So Primus has a quote from that battle.
Yeah.
Primus has a quote from during the battle. In point of fact, I'm not even sure he can be called a son.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear it the first time I watched it either. I got it on the rewatch.
The value of a rewatch.
So I was like, was Octus made, not born? It would partly explain why they chose him instead of a random host or any of the other sons that would have been automatically loyal to whatever the cause was. No. Did the magic they wanted to use require a necromancer instead of just a sorcerer?
Sure.
And that because he's not actually born of the line in the traditional sense, that's why he's not a sorcerer.
Right. Or if even he wasn't made but still born normally, just a bastard and
Or
not
some- or
not
something.
Primus's son.
Right.
Right.
Something else is potentially going on there because that was
Yeah.
a very specifically worded and very pointed line to
Yes.
be given in the midst of a battle.
Yes. And honestly, the only line that I had really like caught or like had stuck in my brain from Primus during that battle was his jab at Julian. That was the oh, I mean your house no ill will.
And then kills
You
your
mean my
entire
house no ill will and you slaughter my entire family?
Yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah, but no, that's a good catch.
Yes.
Ooh. Shit.
And like, who is the face looking over his body when they were trying to rip him into the tenebral reaches?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Primus.
No, my assumption was that it might be his grandfather.
Mine as well, but we don't know.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then the other thing, let's see, that I had about Octus. Oh, will Octus now have seer capabilities, both forward and backward in time, since his soul is unraveled?
Mm.
Because
Yeah, there's some real
Brennan made a
potential
point
there.
of saying, your soul is in your body now, but it is still unraveled.
Yes.
I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Yeah, because it was your soul is unraveled, but your body is mended.
Yeah.
From episode 4. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me, but at this moment, I don't know how much time chicanery Brennan really wants to risk getting into.
Yeah.
Except for, I mean, there's always the weirdness of prophecy, right? So I would imagine that any weird vision that he would have in that regard, I wouldn't expect too much future sight.
Okay.
Unless it is some weird, like heavily interpretable prophecy that remains vague and evocative, and well, we can twist the situation
Yeah.
to be exactly what I always totally intended it to be, guys. Especially because foresight of any kind in an actual play setting it's tough without keeping people on very tight rails.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
I don't
That
know.
was just my other question from that.
Yeah.
All right. So then we move back to the soldiers,
Back to the soldiers.
where we get our guidance bump to the 19 roll that allows us to actually have some idea of where to go.
Gods. Yeah, because I did love that just as they were cutting away from the soldiers in the cold open.
Yeah. Kennigan's like, wait, I have guidance. I didn't use it.
Wait, guidance!
Yep.
With one away from at least getting something.
Yes.
Because Brennan did set a pretty high DC at 20.
Yeah.
So I appreciate we at least get, okay, you get the 20 minimum, which guidance being a D4 is not going to be enough to get him above
Right. The 25.
to the 25. But at least, okay, you will reach the 20 no matter what you roll on the D4, so there's no point even rolling the D4.
Yes.
But I appreciate then the discussion of, okay, not the Pilgrim's Road.
Right.
Right. Though I was definitely with, I think, Travis definitely had the Pilgrim's Road, obviously. Yeah, that's going to be not that one? Oh, I was totally there with him. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, Pilgrim's Road. That sounds like the one that would make sense for not
that one.
being
Got
it.
it. Never mind.
Totally.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mom and I's favorite thing to do is watch Travis react to things.
Travis is wonderfully expressive and is weird. He's just like, oh,
And
yeah,
it's like never disruptive to the role playing that's going on, but it's always entertaining to watch Travis react to things.
Yes. I don't know how much you've experienced Travis being scared yet.
Not much. No.
Oh, God. Poor Travis. I love when he gets scared because he is famously not a fan of horror, or at least, like, the Ring Girl really gets him.
That's funny.
Yeah, there was in campaign 2 a monster that they fought at one point underwater.
Yeah.
In her like weird underwater cavern that very much got described like an almost mermaid ring girl.
Good.
And Travis immediately just was going,
Nope.
Nope. Like,
Nope. I'm out, man. I'm out. I'm out.
yep,
I
gesticulating wildly, like, we gotta get out. We gotta go. I can't do this. Oh, no.
So then we pretty much we have Abs in the gibbet,
Oh, yeah.
which got them a lot.
Abelang?
Yeah, which got
Yeah.
them a lot of information. It got them, I think, somebody potentially loyal to them, given the nat 20 that Whitney rolled, and then the
Yes.
information about where they could potentially stay the night, which was nice. I don't think there was a whole lot that we really needed to. I didn't write down a whole lot in terms of like we actually need to talk about it. It was more just keeping track of story.
Regarding Abelang?
Yeah.
I think I'm in a similar boat of I mostly just had things to note as far as
The
details for
caravan
myself.
and where on the road they could get help. And,
Yeah, and the
and
the
things like
caravan.
that. Yeah.
Oh, and just appreciating that, yeah, just being nice to a guy who, he's been up there for a while. He
Yeah.
might have seen something. All right,
Yeah.
yeah. Throw him a bone. And,
I love Thimble's just like, can I break him out? Do
yeah.
you want out of here?
You want to get out? All right. Yeah, we got you. Between
and
that...
how, Wick's pseudonym went from Nicholas to Nicander.
so quickly. The quick thinking, and again, I appreciate Sam going, oh yeah, there's no way Wick would have ever thought about actually having a pseudonym for
No.
any. So, of course, he changed one letter in his first name and didn't change his last name at all.
Nope.
Oh, you sweet summer child. But perfect.
Yep.
Absolutely spot on.
And
And
of
so
course,
frustrating for any kind of subtlety.
Yes.
And not having gotten their story straight yet as to
Yep.
why are we out here? What are we actually doing, if anyone asks?
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about that.
We're spreading the gospel.
Shit. Yeah.
So a much earlier use of the bardic inspo than I thought was going to happen.
Yeah. That surprised me too.
I was like, okay, we're just gonna use an ever growing in power bardic inspiration. Oh, okay.
Which has me thinking, I wonder if Brennan's going to let that bardic be reusable. Like, I wonder if he's going to let Laura keep it even longer
Okay.
because typically bardic inspiration is one-time use,
Right.
right? And typically it's only useful, like it was already a big deal that he allowed that bardic inspiration to be kept with her for longer than a minute.
Right, and then that it would grow with his power.
Right.
Yeah.
That I wonder if, like, maybe once an episode or once a day, that'll be allowed. Because it
Interesting.
wasn't really specified, and it doesn't seem like the kind of thing she would use without knowing that we could use it more later.
Yeah.
Unless she really thought, like, well, if we don't get...
Well, I mean, they didn't have any way, seemingly, of finding him and which direction to go in the forest.
No. So I could also just understand, even if it is just the one-time use that bardic inspiration usually is, I could understand, well, we need a strong start or
Yeah.
we are screwed.
Right.
Like, the better timelines are only reachable the faster we are now.
Right.
So I could see it.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting that it got used.
Yeah.
Like, essentially right after it was given.
Yeah. I was expecting it to be like 20 episodes down the line.
Yeah.
Laura going, I still got that bardic inspiration.
And now he's a level 4. Or
Right.
whatever. Yeah.
Right. And like, oh, well, now they've reached level like 6 or 8 and it's grown.
Yeah.
But no. I don't know.
So we have Hawthorne's Glade, and they're currently at the end of this episode trying to figure out whether or not they're going to go to Hawthorne's Glade or not, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want them to.
I kind of don't want them to right now.
Right now. I want Thimble to go
Yes.
at some point.
Which also,
But I think Laura made a good point as Thimble of, like, she's been around big folk for so long now. Like, she's adapted to
Yeah.
being with the big folk. She's not scared of them. She's not, distrustful of... I mean, she's distrustful of everybody, but
yeah, sure.
not just because they're big folk.
Right.
And I feel like there is a story way in which that could be really, really cool.
Yeah.
That is not happening right now.
Yeah.
Like, Sid's not going to be able to use Hawthorne's Glade.
No.
So I think we need to stick with Sid, in my personal opinion. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because the more we distract from the objective right now, the more
Yeah.
opportunity there is for things to go haywire.
Yes. What we have been told, though, what part of this Hawthorne's Glade little section gave us is that there are undead things that come out in the forest at night,
Yes. Yes.
which is why the forest is not safe at night. Beyond just the normal forest not being safe at night, makes you wonder what Cadigan's been dealing with.
Yeah.
Because Cadigan, like, just lives in the wild
Yeah.
all the time,
Like
seemingly.
it seems like he goes between various points of civilization, like civilization nodes, but he seems like a traveler and a nomad in that
Yeah.
he does spend most of his time out there.
Yeah. The fairy
Yeah.
button gift moment was
Gods.
adorable, and I loved Whitney saying, "I wish I could be witnessing this right now."
The entire little interaction between Thimble and Brook Meadow.
Yes.
Adorable.
I loved it so
Just
much.
like the bubble, like, bloop, and you can breathe now. You got a little bubble of air.
Are you okay?
Beautiful.
Are you safe?
Right.
I loved it.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
It was so great.
Yeah.
And that led
So
to the stressed
cute.
out fur.
Yep. Which
And how Tayor's like stressed out fur.
you could tell
Yeah.
that the bit of fur you found seemed stressed.
Right. I can tell when you're fur stressed because I'm closer to it than you.
You're
The
closer to my
that's
fur than
on
I am?
Me. It was great.
No, I loved that.
at one
'cause
point-
I love Thimble actually being like, no, I'm not going to give up.
No.
Like, my fellow
And because,
fairy? Why?
and
Why would I
because
do that?
nobody else won the perception check, Wick still thinks stressed out fur is a thing.
Yeah. He's naive enough. It's
yeah, I
it's no
loved
great
it.
loss for him to be confused there.
Tayor said at one point, Thimble is full of surprises. And apparently what I immediately said after that, full of shit, more like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair. Random side note.
Yes.
Just because I don't know when I'll have this thought again, but I'm amused by the amount of hair on Travis's characters over the last 4 campaigns is a marvel.
Does it just get more and more every time?
Yeah, because Grog Strongjaw, campaign 1, started out completely hairless. Mm-hmm. And I think it was during the Underdark in the first, 10-ish episodes that they found the Belt of Dwarven Kind that gave him, a constitution buff, gave him, I think, poison resistance, and then allowed him to grow a beard. So that's why Grog has
That's why
a
he
full
has a
beard.
beard. Nice.
Because Goliaths in general are usually hairless. But oh no, he has a beard because of this magic belt.
Nice.
And then campaign 2 was he's half orc. He's got a full head of hair like a normal guy, and eventually grows a beard as part of that character just aging
Okay.
and just living life,
Yeah.
finding out who he is. Okay, went from no hair to beard to normal, average, just okay, hair and then grows beard. Will probably go bald someday, but is just okay. He's
Yeah.
not much change there. Campaign 3, played a werewolf. So went from just an old guy to old guy covered in hair all the time,
Yeah.
and now literally a lion man.
Literally lying. We
Which
love it.
also is a bit of a furry progression for Travis.
Yep.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
Given his obsession with werewolves, doesn't necessarily surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
But it's also just, it's amusing.
So they go through the forest. We have Hawthorne's Glade, and then Albid.
Albid.
So first of all, the quote, "These slippers are out of control."
Yeah. Rick wearing the golden,
The golden slippers
slippers.
through the forest, and somehow he's fine.
Right.
He's better than fine because he's rolling nat 20s on them.
God. Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing with Wick and the updated mechanics for 2024 5e. I had said previously that I think Wick is a Divine Soul Sorcerer. Divine Soul Sorcerers are 5th edition material that I haven't seen officially brought forward into 2024 5e.
Uh-huh.
Granted, 2024 5e is supposedly...
You gotta stop.
Huh?
Our friends are talking to us.
Yeah, no, Dandy, I know there's nothing wrong with going bald. It's natural. I agree. I'm just, what? I know.
No hate.
No hate.
No hate.
Love you, bud. Uh, I lost my train of thought. I have found it.
Divine Celestial Sorcerer.
Divine Soul Sorcerer was. I don't know if it's been like appropriately brought up to 2024 rules, but I know 5th edition and 5th edition 2024 are like it's meant to be backwards compatible.
Okay.
We are supposed to be able to bring things forward as long as it's not like in conflict with the new rule changes.
Sure.
Like the new rule changes take precedent. But Divine Soul Sorcerer doesn't have the ability to cancel out their own disadvantage.
Oh,
And
interesting.
Sam said at some point, I'm going to cancel my
Yeah.
disadvantage here.
Yeah, when everybody was doing, I think, Constitution saving throws or something like that.
It was that, or it was stealth was at disadvantage because they were moving at a normal pace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're moving slow pace to keep stealth, then you roll stealth normally and you roll, then you're like just moving slower.
Right.
But to make reasonable speed, you roll stealth at disadvantage.
Okay.
The subclass in at least 2024 Sorcerer rules that does have a 3rd level ability to, as a reaction, cancel their own advantage or disadvantage is Clockwork Soul.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that either he's playing Clockwork Soul Sorcerer and is just, they're kind of reflavoring it to light themed.
Okay.
Because, why not?
Sure.
Or because they have Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins working with them behind the scenes, if they just use that same like 3rd level ability for an updated Divine Soul Sorcerer or like some other new homebrew that they're working with, because they've been weirdly cagey about what exactly
He still
Wick's
shows up
class.
as a cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't buy that shit for a second.
No. Especially not when he has a warlock demon attached to him.
Yeah. And the fact that, okay, his power definitely doesn't come from his faith.
Right.
It's from his blood.
Yeah.
That's sorcerer shit. Come on, man.
So what is a clockwork soul sorcerer?
Usually it's more like it is kind of like time manipulation sort of thing, which
Well, time and the speed of light are inherently connected.
Right, which is why I'm thinking it's not a bridge too far in my mind to think that it is just kind of a very specifically flavored Clockwork Soul Sorcerer.
Sure.
But that's what I found again in like a brief little. Wait a minute, that's not a Divine
very
Soul
specific
Sorcerer ability. Because
Yeah.
Divine Soul Sorcerer has the ability to add, I think, 2d4 to a failed saving throw or attack roll. But that's not
The
what
same thing at
happened
all, right,
here
yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we're up with Olbid now.
Oh, God. The whole thing
But we have so much to get into with this. But the goat bleat conversation.
Yes!
I was dying. I was rolling around on the floor. That was amazing. And then there's like a spider goat as well.
The goat with like spider climb for
Yeah.
whatever reason. And just,
Yeah.
you triggered my demon alarm. Okay.
Okay.
Why do you have a demon alarm specifically? You know what? I'm not going to ask. It just tracks.
And then Olbid's quote, "They call you Mr. Time Guy?" to Cadigan.
Yep. Oh, gods. Sam's new drink holder is a golden chalice.
Yes.
Love that.
That says yummy angel blood on the bottom.
Yeah.
We caught that.
Yeah.
We paused it to read it.
Yep.
Yep.
It's because it has been a bit. It has been a gag every campaign now.
Yeah.
For Sam to have a special weird drink carrier.
Yeah.
It's just that in the previous campaigns, because he was always playing a small character, the drink carrier was huge.
Right.
Right? Because with
Yeah.
Scanlan, he had the giant tankard that I think
Yes.
was sent to him by a fan
Oh, I
early
love
on.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he would put jokes on the bottom of that.
Yes. Well, and his have a nice day mug that has a flipping off symbol on the bottom of it.
Yep.
Also, Abria loves to flip Brennan off, and I
Yeah.
think it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Just sidebar for that, but yeah.
Yeah.
The amount she flips him off is hysterical to me.
I know. I love their friendship so
Yeah.
much.
I'm pretty sure if I were ever on set, Abria we'd be on the same wavelength with
Yeah,
some
that's
of
fair.
that stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The
But yeah, he essentially has his own radiant chalice with yummy angel blood in it.
yes,
Yeah.
love that.
Love it so much.
Which also we did not specifically talk about last time. The fact that Wick was technically like promised to somebody,
Yeah.
and that whole thing of the
Running
reason
away
he
from
was
marriage.
yeah
Yeah.
And he was promised to that person specifically because her family has a winery
Yes, where they
And a
can
vineyard.
dilute the filament
that is just his grandpa's angel blood.
angel blood, right? In order to spread the faith.
Right. Which has me thinking that maybe the filament being consumed by people is I wonder if that's some kind of control mechanism
Maybe.
in some weird capacity,
But we also know that
or if it's honestly what I'm thinking of there is like a drugging,
okay.
like a drug an addiction mechanism.
Yeah, that's possible for sure.
Yeah.
I could see that. The other thing that I could see is in like contrast to that is if the tattoos that the Creed members, like the higher up Creed members have, protects them
Yes.
against the addiction in some way.
Yeah.
Since I mean, Wick has it in his blood, so who knows what it could be that's protecting him. But they've made a point to point out that like who has the tattoos and who doesn't.
Right.
And
and
then
that he has the tattoos
and he has the tattoos.
that are God's made from
Angel blood.
angel blood.
Yeah. But the other thing is the twins, the Mercanod twins.
Oh yeah.
So I think their mechanism is to send the souls to the demon prince, but keep the bodies to be under the control of the Halavars. Which is why your friend won't be ready until tomorrow.
Right.
And that's a part of the contract they've got going on with the demon prince.
Right.
Which is another way of controlling people and why you would have the demon aspirants around them and stuff too.
Yeah. No, that would make sense. I see it.
Yeah.
I see the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, interesting things on that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are my other notes on Up at Olbids? I just have a little note. I love how much Tyranny loves love.
Oh yeah.
She's so cute.
And I love how
And Thimble on the toy horse broke my heart in
Too
the best
cute.
ways.
because I love so much of how Whitney is playing Tyranny as like she's fresh to this world.
Yeah.
There is so much she's like
She's got some sass, but she is genuinely she's not naive, but when it comes to good things, she has an innocent joy of them.
yeah, she's not worldly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think in many ways works to her favor insofar as not being like her sisters.
Yes. Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
I also just love the that the sister named Tyranny is working against tyranny.
Yeah. No, it's
That how tyranny is going to be saved is going to be by fighting tyranny.
yes.
I mean, you cannot get more on the nose, but also, like, I love it.
It's perfect though.
Yeah.
It's exactly the kind of thing I would hope for from
Yes.
this group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Do I have anything else from Olbids before we get to the last bit of Olbids?
I have some things.
Okay.
Just little things.
I'll see if I remember anything, or maybe I'll go through my notes after I finish this row.
Yeah.
But I want to finish this row because I don't need any more of the was I netting or purling? I don't remember anymore. I just need to
I've
finish the
given
row.
up because this is like a dark thing, and I'm at the point where I need to do math, like active math, to figure out what my next steps are for it.
Oh.
And I cannot do that on camera. So,
No.
we've
Could, but you really need to wait until like I'm.
Yeah, no, I really could.
Just-
No, I would need to be like writing the pattern math
Oh.
because I'm making this pattern up as I go, and I need to make the lid, the cover for it. So no, there would be real hardcore math involved.
Okay. No.
Hardcore math. I say with quotation marks.
Yes. I mean, you're free ball and crochet here.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
making up the geometry of it as I go.
Yeah, that's kind of horrifying to me still.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So Travis's quote, "It's so wholesome, it's so suspicious."
Yes. No. That I was right there with him the whole time of the.
The whole time he's just like,
Nah, there's something off here. There's something off. What do you mean? He's got this banner that's just like it's still there, and
and
it's
he's lighting a beacon at night. I
yeah.
don't like this.
No. What the hell's going on with that?
Something about King's banners coming from Timony heading south.
Yes.
That's something to keep track of as we go.
Yes. Well, and that's again having watched the cooldown, and I know you
I
probably
don't watch
haven't.
them. I will eventually go back and watch them, but I haven't yet.
Yeah. Pardon. Sorry. That actually was something that Brennan specifically called out as, oh, how did he said that there are occasionally arrows whizzing past meant for other tables.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So some caravan relating to like the king of Timony
Right.
approaching Dolmakyar.
Which, like, we've heard nothing about kings so far. Everything's
No.
been about sundered houses. And
Right. So this is a separate kingdom sending some
Right.
envoy that maybe the king is there or maybe it's an envoy of the king. I don't know.
Right.
But because we didn't actually interact with them, it was just, oh, they saw them from a distance.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And they're heading
hounds of
south.
Timony.
They're heading towards Delmakyar, or the general direction of it.
Yeah, the general.
Yeah.
They're coming from the north to the south.
Yeah.
This group is headed north from Dolmakyar. So it's likely that they're eventually headed to Dolmakyar, especially because it's, in my mind, that sounds like, okay, this is something that may impact the schemers table.
Yeah, I could for sure see that.
Most
yes.
directly and most
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So, Thimble getting a toy soldier sword,
God.
potentially. We haven't actually seen it happen yet, but if that happens, I will love that.
Yes.
And just as she went searching for one, was so cute. Cadigan and the doll. My mom specifically said, "What the fuck is up with the doll?"
Yeah.
We don't know, but we hope to find out.
Does Cadigan have kids that he abandoned somewhere or that are dead?
Or was his own childhood so rotted out that it is part of why he's the way he is?
Yeah.
We don't know. And a whisper or a moan on the wind of the undead in the forest. And
Yeah.
yeah. So there's a serious thing I want to get into at the end of this, but we're just gonna finish off with kind of the end of the summary responses, sort of.
Okay.
Tyranny is a sleep paralysis demon.
Oh my God. I loved that. I loved her just sitting on Wick's chest as he wakes up. Just, you can't move, 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 you can't move. No, thank you. But also, honey, what?
It's like the only demonic action we've ever seen from her, and it was hilarious.
What possessed you to...
The Cadigan just walks inside to see Tyranny on top of Wickander. You can't move, you can't move, you can't move. Crouched on top of him. It was amazing.
Honestly, what a wild tone shift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
No, beautiful.
Yes. And then obviously, the Brennan shirt.
The Brennan shirt, yes.
And my mom was like, why is everybody freaking out? So I explained to my mother the background of the shirts.
Right, because you are at least aware, and
I
I've
am
seen
at least
some
aware
of it.
Yeah. And,
Yes.
and you've told me about it even before I started watching everything. So
Exactly.
yeah, we've got the shirt lore down. But I loved it. I loved how much everybody else on the table loved it.
Yup.
It was great. It was a
It's
great
your
moment.
turn now.
Yeah. So the thing that I kind of want to end on,
Uh-huh.
Olbid's daughters.
Yes. Yes. Oh, God.
And the question I want to ask you is, does Azune say their names when he reads off the names at Falconer's Rest?
I would have to imagine if he ever got the chance to meet any of them, and assuming that they are lost, definitely.
Well, but
But
I
we
mean-
don't know is the problem.
And we don't know who put the names at the Falconer's Rest. We just know that Azune goes and reads them.
Right.
So their names could be on there, even if Azune doesn't know who they are.
Right.
But is he reading their names?
God. I'm afraid that he might
The
be.
moment Olbid said, Tayor showed him the torn banner, and the moment he said they heard the cry, I was like, no, I was sobbing.
Well,
It still makes me want to cry.
That was the moment that it clicked with me that this is not going to be some weird, horrific turn.
No.
It was...
This is heart-wrenching.
It was not a stab in the gut. It was a stab directly in the tear ducts.
Yeah.
Because I was... all right, I'm down for the count.
And
I'm crying.
The little droplets of, oh, my daughters, if I'm lucky enough to ever have grandchildren, if my daughters ever come to visit, and then to find out, well, how long has it been since your daughters visited?
And he said
15 years, 2 months, and 17 days.
Uh-huh.
And you go, wait, that starts to line up with when we kind of think the Falconers Rebellion started. And then Tayor's like, oh, I have a banner too, so I do understand why you give it so much care as this welcome home to your daughters.
Right.
The exclamation points of the fireworks on either side.
Because that explanation is when it started to click for me that,
oh, no.
Oh, this isn't some, crazy,
Right.
Brennan twist the knife, ha!
Right.
But just all right, no, the knife's already there. Now I'm just going to twist it.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
They heard the Falcons cry.
I'm tearing up right now.
Yep. Me too.
Yep.
So amazing. I do have their names written down, not perfectly, so I need to go back and double check what the names are to write them out. But I have
I plan on doing the same thing.
vaguely written down
because
in case we do ever find them.
But I live in fear that we will only ever hear them, or the next time if we do hear those names, it'll be at the other tables who don't know these names, who don't know to look out for them.
Right. Or we come across their graves.
Yeah.
Or something equally sad.
Yeah.
And then, does Tayor go back to Olbed and tell him what happened? Because part of what hurts Olbed so much is that he just doesn't know if they're ever coming home.
Right.
Which is another, families who have soldiers.
Right. And because his wife is now gone too.
Yeah.
And it's not like one of them could go to try to find out.
Right.
And where is he going to start searching?
Right.
Where? He could start in Dalmakyar, but who would he start with?
Yeah.
How do you even begin that kind of search?
Yeah.
If his daughters are alive and are able to ever get home, they know where home is, at
Right.
least.
So I can be there with a warm welcome for them. It was so sad.
And I hadn't even really caught that the fireworks by the front door were waterlogged.
Yeah.
Until that end, and I went, "Oh, he did say that, didn't he?"
Yeah.
Oh, because he's had those fireworks there for who knows how, and maybe he's been, swapping out the fireworks every so often. But God, that killed me.
It was brilliant, though.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Well, and because I and clearly several people at the table also
thought it was too wholesome to be. It was it was suspicious.
It must be suspicious. It's too wholesome.
Yeah.
No, there must be something traumatizing hiding under here. Oh, it's the other traumatizing.
But it's not that kind of traumatizing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. No, I got for that reason as well.
Yeah.
Because
Travis got, but he played into it so well.
Perfectly.
Yes.
Perfectly. And I love and appreciate
watching them improv through these emotional scenes like this in character. It's great.
Because the offer of, well, if I ever do encounter your daughters, I will let them know that their father is waiting for them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It gets ya right in the heart, right in the feels.
Right in the tear ducts.
So.
Yeah.
I'll let you collect yourself.
Sorry, thank you. As I am now crying.
Next time, we'll be going, we'll live stream about episode 6. This stream of ours will be up on YouTube, which is where they will live. Send any of your friends over who might like to watch it once it's, not live.
Yeah.
So they can watch it in their own free time as they see fit. Something that I would like to delve into on the next episode, kind of regardless of storyline.
Yes.
Azune and Memory.
Oh, gods. Yeah.
And Wick and Wishes.
Yes. Yes. Because we didn't even get to that today.
So
but we've been here long enough already.
We have been here long enough, so we're gonna wait. But those are some little droplets, little teasers for you of things we might be talking about apart from and in addition to episode 6.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes.
This was so much fun.
And for anyone who is discovering us for the first time, you can also find us at our podcast, Hyperfixation Investigations, on Spotify and Apple Podcast, where we do random little deep dives into various topics twice a month.
Everything from
So-
history to pop culture to food.
Yep.
We've got it all. So thanks so much for joining us. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And
Yes. Good night
is
and
it
good luck,
Thursday
everybody.
yet? Do we get to steal the? Do we get to steal the punchline?
I feel like we kind of. That's.
We can't wait for it to be Thursday. Let's put it that way.
We can't wait for next Thursday.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That's fair. Oh God, I gotta go end the stream.
You do. We need to get like a remote control
We do, or
that can end the stream from here.
yes. We'll figure it out soon.
Thoughts for another day.
Food for thought.